Just after watching the tape, did you notice any theme with those turnovers at the inopportune moments?
Yeah, definitely ball security issues. We teach covering up the ball a certain way when you're in traffic. That really led to putting the ball on the ground 7 times. We were fortunate to only lose 3 of them. But you can't win a ball game against a quality opponent, turn the ball over 4 times, especially in the red area like we did.
How are you guys going to work on your ball security this week in practice? Any emphasis on that?
Yeah, that's the thing. We emphasize it every week. We have a designated day where we actually work ball security drills and turnover circuits on defense, which is why we've been really clean up until the other night. So definitely we'll put an emphasis on it, and guys just got to take ownership over protecting the football and carrying it the right way.
And then with the last 3 games, looking at tape, have you noticed any pattern with going for it on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and not being able to convert?
Yeah, that's the pattern is not being able to convert. So after now we got 3 games of logged information. That definitely will change my approach on when to and when not to go for it. We're constantly evaluating what type of plays we're running in those 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts. So we'll have a better plan moving forward.
And then my last question is, you said after the game on Saturday you had to do some self-evaluation to not make those mistakes ahead of Big Ten play. What's that self-evaluation going to look like? What did you just learn from these last 3 games?
Yeah, it's a combination of a couple things. One, structurally, offensively, defensively, and special teams, I think we're doing the right things. I do think in some of the situational ball, are we asking our guys to do something that might not fit their strong suits? For example, this past weekend, obviously the quarterback was a good runner, and we had some design things where we had somebody responsible for him, but is it the right guy responsible for him? Just things like that, as you consistently learn, your roster learn what they're comfortable with and what their strong suits are. But we'll be, I'm not panicked, just like I wasn't panicked after week 1. It's a good opponent. Obviously, they beat us last year. And then the team we lost to the first week, they're a good football team, and we bounced back against Virginia Tech in some adverse situations. So, no need to push the panic button right now, but definitely need to continue to grow and continue to improve, which I think this team will do as the year goes on.
Brian, through 3 games, can you sort of just evaluate Hudson Card?
Obviously he'd like to have the turnovers back, right? I thought this was the most comfortable he looked. Just, we moved the ball up and down the field all night, really. Just had the 4 turnovers, and obviously those turnovers came in costly areas of the field and costly moments. But I feel like he's been poised under pressure. He doesn't really get rattled. He's got great arm talent and is athletic enough to get you out of some situations and make plays. I think he is becoming comfortable with his receiving core, and then they're comfortable with him. So I think that we would all be feeling a lot different right now if just we didn't have the turnovers that we had when we had them. And he'll continue to improve as well. This is his first year in the system, and but I'm happy he's our quarterback.
I know defenses want to take away Deion Burks, but do you think he needs to get even more involved in this offense?
Obviously, I think there's a couple guys we'd like to get more touches. I think Deion is one. I think Tom Tracy is another. So again, those are things that we are constantly evaluating and trying to come up with creative ways to do so.
Yeah, the depth chart's got an or between Mockaby and Tracy, so I guess the job's open.
Yeah, those guys are, in my opinion, those guys are both starting type players in this conference and for us as a team. So, I think those reps will be more evenly distributed, and hopefully we'll be better because of that on offense.
Any update on Kendrick Jenkins, who missed the second half Saturday night?
Yeah, he's just still going through the rehab process. If he is ready to go, he'll go. If he's not, he won't, and he'll be next man up. But obviously he's a great player, and definitely hurt not having him in that second half.
11 penalties Saturday night. I guess what do you do to clean that up?
Yeah, just, you teach off of them. Some of them are bang bang plays. Some of them, could go either way. So don't want to overreact, but the post snap penalties I think will kill you. Pre-snap penalties will kill you. But the ones that are in competition when you're competing for a ball, or like a holding call on the offensive line that could or could not be thrown, you don't want to overreact to those. But you can't have, I think we have 9 penalties on Saturday. You can't have those. We talk about all the time. In order to win a game, you gotta not lose it, and you lose games by penalties, mental errors, and turnovers. And we were not great in those 3 categories.
How do you feel about playing on Friday nights?
It's tough after a Saturday night, especially. Just a quick turnaround. So today is like a Tuesday for us. But you definitely don't want to go out there and practice like a Tuesday practice. We just came off of a night game that we had a lot of snaps on offense and defense. And I got guys that are banged up from Saturday night, and so we'll go more of a walkthrough tempo today, and then hit like a normal practice tomorrow, and then get into more mental prep as we approach Friday night. Obviously, I think the atmosphere will be great. It always is in Ross-Ade. Just the energy, the electricity, and the fan support and the community support in West Lafayette has been tremendous. Just hopefully they'll be patient with us. Like we'll put a product out there that will be exciting to cheer for. And I know our guys really appreciate the atmosphere that they create. That's why we do it. That's why one of the reasons why I was excited about coming here is just because of the environment that Ross-Ade provides.
Is this a game where you need to have a short memory?
Yeah, you got to have short memory on all of them. But in particular, this one just because of the schedule that lies ahead. You have a quick turnaround and playing against a team that this university hasn't beaten in 20 years. So there's a lot of things to look forward to, and just another opportunity to go compete. And that's what I love about this team is that they are not shy about the competition and are eager to go prove themselves, as is the staff. And so we're looking forward to a great night on Friday.
And you've played Wisconsin before, obviously, but they have a new OC. What are the biggest differences that you've seen on tape from this year's Wisconsin teams with the one you've played in the past?
Just schematically way different. Wisconsin, as you think of them, the last however many years has been super run heavy and use of multiple tight ends and controlling the clock and playing with a measured pace. And Phil Longo is not that. He's a spread you out. He's a lot more similar style to the way we play offensively. So they throw the ball all over the place, and we'll try to get some balance. They do have 2 really talented running backs, but you can tell they definitely want to air out more than they ever have in the history of their program.
Right, you kind of touched on this, but 16 straight losses. How do you wrap your head around that? Because in the Big Ten, nobody beats anybody 16 times in a row.
Yeah, other than Wisconsin, right? So, you just got to take each season and each game is its own lifespan, and so, you can't dwell on that fact, but at the same time, you want to recognize it, to use it as added motivation, and we want to get to where we want to go as a program, and that's the school that we're going to have to beat year in and year out. And so, in order to do so, you got to prepare the right way, and you can't go into the game hesitant or shy about who you're playing against just because of the logo on your helmet. You got to go compete like you're competing every week, and the goal is to win a game.
Now that you watch film, how do you evaluate what Scotty Humbush did, what Will Hill did with KJ out last Saturday?
Yeah, those guys, they played well in spurts, and then at other times I know they'd like to have some plays back. And again, that's in 2-part. One, them playing within the framework of the defense and staying true to their assignment, and also, from a schematic standpoint, or asking them to do things that they are capable of doing and doing well. And so, they are both highly capable, experienced guys. Obviously, Will's a freshman, but he's played well when he's had his opportunity. He's going to be a great player here, and he's going to have a great career here. So we're excited about both of those guys, and happy that they're part of our team and can play winning football for us.
I think we asked you in the spring if you were going to go looking in the portal for a kicker, and you said we have a kicker. Ben's had some struggles. How do you keep him confident with missing a big extra point, missing a couple of field goals that should be givens?
You got to go and look back at his preparation and what he's shown and done in practice, so that when you get out in those live moments with added pressure and added eyes, you just resort back to your training. And so I think that's what he's focused on, and you know what we're preaching to him, and he'll be fine moving forward.
So what Wisconsin's doing philosophically and offensively now, what you're doing at Purdue on both sides of the ball, taking players recruited to one very specific system and then shifting to something very different. What are the real challenges as a coach, and how malleable do you have to be to, I guess, your personnel?
You know, I can't speak on Wisconsin. I'm not in their locker room. You know what I mean, and I don't know what they're thinking and what their communication has been. But for us, it's just finding, like I said, finding the right pieces to fit what we're trying to get done on offense and defense. And at times it has looked really good. You know, there are, I would say, 85% of the snaps were exactly how you draw them up and look clean and look fast. But like I say, you turn the ball over 4 times, you don't convert on some of the third shorts. You get 9 penalties against a team like Syracuse or a team like Fresno State. They will expose you and take advantage of those mistakes. And so if we can continue to play with being competitive, being tough, and at the end of the day being really disciplined, then I think we're exactly where we need to be, and we'll be very competitive in this Big Ten race.
With Luke Fickell, have you crossed paths with him? How have you crossed paths with him over the years in your playing and or coaching career?
The only time I've crossed paths with him was at the Big Ten head coaches meetings. He's definitely a great guy, and just getting to know him from that aspect, and I got tremendous respect for what he's done in his coaching career, and how he was able to elevate the different stops that he's been, and so we'll definitely have challenges. His teams are well coached, and they play with an edge and are disciplined and physical, and they compete at a high level.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.